What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, but we are back, and today I want to talk about Warzone because we had a lot of information dropped on us yesterday, dropped on our heads, just boom, Charlie Intel, Modern Warfare 2 OG Ghost, Tom Henderson, just boom, boom, boom. And while on paper, before everything came out, I was kind of expecting not much. You can go back on my Twitter and look. I was expecting them to say a lot of just generic BS like, oh, the next game is going to be developed by Infinity Ward, or ooh, we're going to get guns in a new game. Oh my god, everybody drop a like. Guys, come on now. You should drop a like. But actually, they honestly didn't drop that much information. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. They dropped a lot for Warzone and the future of Warzone. I guess that's all that matters in the Call of Duty world now. Who cares about 6v6 anymore, right? So sadly, we didn't get a lot of 6v6 info about Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2. I don't know if you thought we were. I personally was skeptical at best. I didn't think it was gonna happen, and I was pretty much right. The only thing we knew is that Infinity Ward is going to be developing it, and it's probably gonna come out a little bit earlier than normal, like a normal Call of Duty. So I don't know, man. We really don't have a lot of information to go off of it. And so I'm forced to make this Warzone video, and I'm not gonna say forced in a terrible sense, oh, I hate Warzone or whatever. Warzone has its moments. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Sometimes it's very fun. Sometimes it's terrible. Recently, it's more so. It's been quite terrible, just because you can tell they haven't playtested it. You can tell there's way too many bugs. And honestly, Activision has finally admitted it. I guess we'll start there. Warzone developers finally admit that the game is broken and they promise to fix it. Where have we heard this before? The only thing that's new to me from this article here from Charlie Intel, by the way, everything here is from Charlie Intel, okay? Just go on their Twitter, go to their website, whatever. But basically, 3 of Activision's top developers have admitted that they effed up stuff in Warzone. Initially, it was only supposed to be for Modern Warfare, actually. It was only supposed to be an expansion, and then apparently Blackout 2 was supposed to come out, but they didn't know that Warzone was going to become this successful. Isn't it crazy how something that they don't even, they didn't predict was going to be that good ended up being the best thing in the franchise? They couldn't even tell, but then they keep striking out game after game with all these 6v6 releases that they swear are going to be amazing and revolutionary. I think that's hilarious, right? A mode that they didn't even think was going to take off was the biggest thing by far, and then their 6v6 games that they spend all day all night on basically suck. I'm sorry, alright? They basically suck for the past 3 years. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it was pretty cool for them to admit that the game was broken. Alright, I did not see this coming. I think it's pretty cool. It shows a lot of, I don't know, gusto, ownership. It shows a lot of responsibility. Hey, I messed up. I guess we messed up because they're developers, and they take that into consideration. And they're not asking for an apology or whatever. I think that part of the reason they're saying all this is because Warzone numbers in general are down. I know there's gonna be that guy in the comment section. Oh, but it's still the 5th biggest game on Twitch. What are you talking about? All right, guys, come on. I'm talking about in comparison to what it once was, right? Compared to when it first launched, maybe before Cold War came out, those numbers were way, way higher than what they are now, both in terms of player base and viewership. You don't believe me? I mean, you can go look it up. I don't see why you wouldn't believe me. So that's the first thing that Charlie Intel talks about. Well, maybe not the first thing, but it's the first thing I'm gonna talk about, all right? And I think it's pretty cool. I think it's nice to see that, Warzone developers have actually admitted something and taking some kind of responsibility. That's cool, bravo, finally. The next thing that I want to talk about is that the Warzone developers confirmed that they have plans to add a ranked play to the game. Battle Royales like Warzone are obviously super competitive. You got Apex Legends, Fortnite as well, and they also have a competitive scene. I think the closest thing that we've seen so far in the Warzone world is actually Iron Trials. If you don't know what that is, it's basically this souped up version of Warzone where you have extra health, I think more armor, or maybe less armor, I don't know. But basically guns don't do as much damage because you have more health and all that stuff, and it just becomes way more skillful. There's more, I don't know if loadouts are in it or anything, but it's you can only use a certain amount of stuff. It's mainly just for if you're really good and want to challenge yourself, that's where you'd go. You don't go there to stomp on noobs. But basically, in the call with the content creators, which is where all this information came from, by the way, I don't think I explained that in the beginning of this video, but yeah, a bunch of content creators and I guess press people were invited to like a call or something with Activision developers, Infinity Ward, all that stuff, And essentially, from this article at least, the devs revealed that they want to include a ranked mode, but it's down to the timing of it, which essentially means they need time to polish it. And that's actually understandable. I think a ranked mode in Warzone is way harder than most people imagine it to be. I feel like a lot of people are just gonna say like, oh, just ban shotguns or ban claymores or whatever, like annoying stuff. But I think there's a lot more into it. You know, there's a lot more into balance, into shaping what it would look like, into obviously gotta play test that. You know, if you release it and the first day there's a huge like gun disparity balance where like one gun is way better or one spot to drop is way better, then you know the whole game mode is chalked. You know, we might as well just pack it up there. Personally, I'm not big into Warzone. You know, I'll play it for fun, but I'm not trying to be the next K3 or swag. I'm not trying to be the best, you know, the next best thing. It'd be nice to be that good. It'd be nice to have some actual skill in Call of Duty, but I'm not like sweating to do that, you know. But I think that, you know, for people who want to get better, maybe eventually go pro or be some kind of like amateur pro, I think it's good to have a ranked mode. You can actually see where you rank instead of having to rely on these like arbitrary, you know, Warzone stat trackers or whatever. There's actually a lot more to cover. I don't know if I'm going to get to everything in this video, but let's keep moving on. There was a major quality of life update that's going to be coming to season 2 of Warzone. I'm sure you guys heard about this. I'm not going to spend too much time about this, but you know, your basics like gas mask animations not going to interrupt you while you're aimed down sights or shooting people, so that's major. I don't know what took them that long for that. Stun grenades were also nerfed in the sense of like essentially for controller people, you would have strong aim assist through the stun, whereas PC, you can like not even move your mouse. So they were super OP against PC players. Now they're going to be toned down for your controller players. Couple other things regarding like vehicles, their handling has gotten improved, so they're less clunky. Let's see, I talked about the gas mask. The final circle is actually going to be less likely to end on peak now. I didn't know about this. I don't play enough Warzone to notice that. And the other big thing is that armor plates. So armor plates are now actually going to fill your entire plate instead of just the partially damaged plate. So if you had like 3/5 of a plate or whatever, like instead of fixing that first, it would fix your full plate, and then after that fix your 3/5 of a plate. So honestly, like so far so good, right? A lot of good stuff. Glad that we got a lot of transparency and actual information coming from the developers for once. But sadly, it is Activision, it is Call of Duty. There is going to be some piece of bad news, and it's for you console people. Basically, Warzone developers have confirmed that console people will not be getting an FOV slider on console. So, I mean, it's due to a technical limitation, all right? Like that's basically the real reason, but I feel like at the same time, it could be done, and it's kind of just like up to the player, up to the person who's choosing to run it, whether or not they want it, right? So basically, Activision should, in my opinion, put out a disclaimer and say like, hey, the more frames you will potentially drop on your console, are you okay with this? Hit yes, change it back, hit no, whatever, you know? Those are the big things about, you know, Warzone that's coming out, that's been out, or that's going to be changed in season 2. I think Vanguard season 2 is coming out this weekend, or not this weekend, I guess Monday technically, the 14th. So that'll be cool. You know, it'll be nice to finally get some, I guess, actual information and get some actual updates to the game. I'm hoping that a lot of stuff changes. You know, they need to change a lot of things in this game. It's not just the multiplayer, it's not just Warzone or whatever, not just zombies, everything. You know, there's a whole lot of bugs, whole lot of glitches need to be fixed. I think weapon balance overall is in a decent spot, but like, you know, bug glitches, map exploits, MVP screens, weapon inspect, you want to fix that, you know, we want to like not release a game or a feature to a game where it's like thing of nightmares. Like I'm not even going to show it because it's kind of gross. Basically, if you weapon inspect a knife, your hands get all like Slenderman, like it's a mess, man. It's actually so weird. It's kind of funny, you know, it's kind of funny to just poke fun at it. You know, channels like me and some other, you know, commentators out there, they just poke fun at it. It's good content for us, but you know, for people who actually want to inspect the game or whatever, or like inspect their gun, play the game for fun, it's not the best look for you, you know. But that is going to be it for the video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. We're close to 7K. Hopefully we can hit that pretty soon. And yeah, let me know what you're thinking about Warzone 2. You know, it's basically been announced at this point, and let me know your thoughts on everything I talked about in this video if you care about Warzone 2. If you don't, then come back later for Vanguard stuff, I guess. Anyway, see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace.